Greetings, YouTube. This is Psychic Ash. I'm playing Crash Landing version 1.1.2 for Minecraft 1.6.4. Looking at the forums, a lot of people have been asking, what do you do to get started to have a great advantage? And I have my own way of doing it. Everyone has their own way of doing it. But I'm going to show you my way because it seems to work for me. Now, an important thing to note here is I'm going to do some of this very quickly because on day one, time is of the essence. It's important that whatever plan you have, that you do it extremely quickly because you only have a very small amount of time before the hordes of creepers and zombies and all manner of nastiness shows up at your front door. First thing we're going to do is we're going to enable HQM mode. The next thing we're going to do is change the game rule for mob griefing to false. This will make it so that creepers, when they blow up, they don't destroy things. Alright, we're going to grab a few things out of here. This is just what we're going to need to do our quests, just to get things kind of taken care of here. So you see I've collected the fluid transposers, grabbing a couple pieces of dust. Now I'm ready to turn in the first few quests. This is going to give us some of our very basic and very needed items. Now I do go the easy route simply because it allows me, it's a little more forgiving. I'm not going to lie, I am nowhere near where you need to be for hardcore mode, for the hard method as it were. So I go the easy route. What you see me do there also was fill my camel pack and then use the empty water bottles to go ahead and get some dirty water. That's going to allow you to turn in those extra quests that I was mentioning. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get a tree up, we're going to get a crook, and hopefully without too much fuss, we're going to get a silkworm. That is the ideal name of the game here. You want a silkworm because this is going to allow you to infect the leaves. You're going to be able to get string, and the idea is hopefully before day one is complete, before the sun even starts setting, you'll be able to have a bed so you can sleep through the night. This will help avoid a lot of those nasty bits during the evening that you probably are not at all prepared for on day one. Let's see where we're at here. Last bit of tree. Alright, we got a couple of saplings. We did not get a silkworm, so hopefully tree 2 will give us one fairly quickly. You know, I've not been having this much trouble. There we are. We got a silkworm. You just saw it pop up in the lower right hand corner. Let's go ahead and get rid of this tree real quick. Which is good anyways, because we do need the wood. So now, being on tree 3 and finally getting a silkworm, it is going to put us a little bit behind schedule, but not so much that we won't be able to finish what we need to. So another one down there. We're going to bone meal this up. We're going to grab a silkworm. And we're going to infect the leaves. And then we're going to ignore it. We're going to focus on Tinker's Construct for a second. We're going to grab about 12 sticks. That's going to give us the 3 patterns we'll need for these items. We're going to get out a stencil table, a parts builder, and a tool station. And the last one you'll use actually for it. Now, you can put these wherever you want. I prefer to put them inside the ship just in case something should happen. The only one I'm worried about is the shovel. Be careful when you're doing this that you don't shift click a whole lot, because if you do, you could end up with 30 some odd shovel heads. And yes, I've done that. You don't need to worry about making a tool rod. You can just have sticks in your inventory, and when you come over here to make the shovel, sticks work just fine. So you can save on that particular amount of business. Now, while the silkworms are infecting the tree, I like to mark off about where I'm going to be digging. Give myself a couple reference points. That should be enough there. What I'm doing is starting to build the perimeter around the base. This is going to be important later. Now you can go all the way around the ship. I don't. I normally go right through the middle. If you don't have time, though, to block up that pyrotheum, what's going to end up happening is the creepers are going to get to it. It's going to kill them, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But the problem you're going to run into is that creepers plus pyrotheum equals a much larger creeper explosion, and you'll be getting hit inside your ship. There's no way around that. It'll bounce you around like a little ping pong ball. So you might want to go ahead and cover those up. But if you get the bed in the first night, then you're not really going to have that issue. Alright. You want these 2 deep. That way nothing can climb out of it or get over it. Except for spiders, but that's a different story. I skipped that one on purpose, because if you look, my shovel is about dead. I'm going to finish up going this way, come back, repair the shovel, see where the tree's at, and continue on. Ideally, the tree, you're going to want the tree completely infested with silkworms before you start harvesting it, and you're going to want to harvest it with a crook. That way you get saplings and everything else. I'm not sure about not using it. I wasn't getting string or saplings from it when I didn't use the crook, so I don't think you can. Now, if you want, you can go with a smaller fence line, as it were, barrier around your base. I prefer this one just because it gives me a lot of room to play with without having to worry about the hordes of enemies coming in. Building a trench like this does a couple other things as well. Is it gives you a lot of dust to sift during the second day or first night if you don't manage to get enough wood and wool for your bed. Then you'll have plenty to do while you're inside. As you can see, the shovel just went up. You'll notice that your proficiency with items goes up the more you use them. Now, I did discover that this is not item specific as far as like all shovels. You're not just automatically good with all shovels like this. This is this particular shovel you happen to be good with. So if you lose this shovel, the same with the sword or pickaxe or any other item, you will not get to transfer over. It's basically a role-playing element that allows you to unlock add-ons or things that you would add on to it, as if I were to add durability to the shovel or to the pickaxe or attack power, things like that, without actually having to add it using items, since we don't really have access to that many items. Pillar up here. Do not forget to take this piece over here wherever you lead it, or fill in any gaps. As you can see, the sun's setting. We're cutting it kind of close. What you're aiming for is 12 pieces of string. Will get you 3 wool. And where's my string? String short by 1. What happens when you miscount? And I'm just going to plop my bed down here and sleep. By doing this, I avoided dealing with the craziness that ensues on the first night. As you can see, I made it just in time. So no zombies, no skeletons, nothing appeared, no spiders, nothing to bother me. I have an entire new day, so the only thing I have to worry about at this point is food and water. And as you can see, I only use those 3 bottles of water. My camel pack is almost gone, so it does use that. My health, or my hunger bar, is a little over half. At the same time though, I have plenty of saplings. I have a sink that I can install, and I haven't encountered anything seriously dangerous that would jeopardize, and I've even managed to get plenty of dust to work from. So that's my plan for the first day. So far it's worked out well. It did take a little bit of an adjustment, so feel free to use it or use some of the things from it. But yeah, that's it. So this is Psychic Ash. Y'all have a good one, and have fun.